So I figured I'd make a video on this Eureka contour for my newest channel. I just serviced this thing and cleaned it up. I actually took apart the whole power nozzle here and ran all the parts through the dishwasher. Came out really good. This thing was really dirty when I got it. The upright portion of the cleaner was actually in really good condition. It wasn't all that dirty. But down in there, it was just filthy. So I decided to take this thing apart because I had to service the belt, and I put a new bag in. So it also does have Hepa filtration, which a little bit more life out of this, but probably does need to be changed pretty soon. It's got a headlight, which does work. It's got the safety feature, which the cover will only close when the dust bag is installed. Now, honestly, as a basic vacuum, this is actually a very nice machine. It's relatively lightweight. It's fairly well built. Just the fact that it's not a bagless machine like that Bissell is reason enough to pick one of these up if you can find one. It does have this side-mounted dusting brush, which they call a spin duster. And I don't really think I would use that all that much, to be very honest. But it is removable. You can take it off of this hose, I do believe. It's got a pretty standard sized power cord. I don't know how many feet it is, but it is a fairly long cord. And there is supposed to be another attachment here, which I was not provided with this machine. Has a clear bend for the hose, which is nice because you can see if there's any clogs, in there down into the hose a little bit, and that's actually a really nice feature to have. On the back here, this machine is made in China, but it is a model 2924, and it takes Style U belts and Style J bags, both of which, well, at least the belts are very easy to find. The bags, on the other hand, you might have to order those online or go to your local vacuum store to get the bags. And then it's also got, I guess, overheating prevention or motor safeties inside it, because it'll apparently stop the motor from turning if it senses that it's getting too hot. But it does have a manual pile adjuster, which are kind of nice. There are a lot of vacuums out nowadays that are completely automatic and don't really have an adjusting knob like that. But this one isn't too bad. I also cleaned the bumper. This whole machine, I'll take this top cover off and show you guys, but this thing is really easy to service. The power button is right here at the top, as well as a crevice tool. And I believe, aside from the dusting brush, that's the only attachment I was provided with this. This was a trash find. It was actually wrapped up in a garbage bag, not to be thrown away in a garbage bag, but they had just put a garbage bag over it for whatever reason. And it looked like it had been stored for a while because this garbage bag that it was wrapped up in was completely covered in dust. But for the most part, it saved the vacuum from getting too dirty. But I'll tip the machine back and have a look at the underside. Here's the axle, which is adjusted with the pile height knob right here. Pretty nice size brush roll. It does have, that part of the frame right there for the power nozzle, which does house the belt and protect that. So you are going to have that tracked into the carpet when you're using this. So just vacuum as normal and you'll be okay. But the wheels are actually pretty decent. They are plastic, but for a cheaper, lower-end vacuum, it's actually not too bad. This whole machine is plastic, so you kind of get what you pay for in some regards. But this machine is just built so much better than the newer Eurekas nowadays. Eureka has these airspeed models, which are very lightweight and they're very flimsy. I've actually got a couple of those that I've found in the trash, and I am really not a fan of them. I just don't think they're made all that well. They're bagless. I believe pretty much all of Eureka's line, except for maybe one or two vacuums, is bagless. And they had another model which was based off the Hoover convertible, or looked just like the Hoover convertible, called the 1934B. And I heard some rumors that they had stopped making that. And I don't know if that's true or not, but it is unfortunate if they did, because that was a very nice vacuum for the money. Very cheap, too. So in order to service one of these, you just take those two screws off and pull your top cover off. And here's the brand new belt. Now the roller brush does have two non-user serviceable bearings in it, one on each side. And I am going to have to service this brush roll if I can even find a new end cap for it, because this end cap was kind of damaged a little bit. It's still, the whole thing still turns and rotates okay, but it looked like it had gotten hot. And when I first got this machine and cleaned it up before I stuck these parts in the dishwasher, I didn't stick the roller brush in the dishwasher or the belt, obviously. It was just all the plastics I did. But there was just a ton of hair and debris inside of this, and I was able to vacuum all of that out and threw the plastics into the dishwasher, like I said. But it's very easy to disassemble this machine, at least all of the bottom part where the power brush is, because there's just two torque screws that hold these two clamps on. And you just take those two torque screws out, and you can take the whole top part of the machine off. I mean, there's no wiring, there's nothing else you have to remove other than this little spring right here, which helps for the height adjustment. So that's all you need to do to service this thing. This is a very easy to service machine. And I actually saw another one of these that somebody had thrown away, but the scrappers had cut the cord off of it, and it was in much worse condition than this one was when I picked this one up. So I didn't bother picking that one up, but it was blue and it did not have the side dusting brush on it. So we'll go ahead and throw these two screws back in, and then I'll let you guys hear a run, and we'll do a couple test vacuums with it. And you can rotate that to get easier access to the whole cord, but I don't really need the whole cord for this video, so I'm not going to worry about that. So to set it back, it's just like any other vacuum. And we'll set it to that setting right here so I can show you guys how easy it is to adjust this. About right at that setting would be good enough. Nice, healthy sounding motor though. That's one downside to having that. You're going to scrape it against the walls. So overall, like I said, it's a pretty nice machine. And if you can find one of these in the garbage or at a thrift store, they're definitely worth picking up. It's really a shame that Eureka doesn't really make any good vacuums anymore. I do prefer bagged over bagless pretty much in almost every instance. I've always liked bagged vacuums better, and especially with allergies, bagged is really the way to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more, and this channel is probably going to be some sort of an experiment, at least for a little while, and see how it does and go from there.